Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, legit boss, and you're watching Going In Raw. You like that?
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife.
Marie.
And you are going in SmackDown Live.
This is the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and you're watching Going In Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available wherever fine podcasts are. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, notify bell next to it. Make sure you're always getting your Going In Raw notifications. We're also, of course, on the CastBox app and all the fine audio podcasts out there.
Carry on. You're the one being distracted, not me.
That damn phone, I swear, if that goes off 5 times, it needs to go. In the first half hour, it has to go over there.
You're not the boss of me. I'm the boss of Larson. Can't reach.
So yeah, check us out. Check us out on CastBox.
Yes, please.
My wheels are spinning right now, Larson. This Aleister Black murder mystery is maybe my favorite thing ever to happen to NXT.
See,
NXT is firing on all cylinders.
This we can agree on. We might disagree somewhat on the Velveteen Dream EC3 segment on this week's show, but we can both agree that this Who Attacked Aleister Black storyline is really this is like Agatha Christie type stuff.
This is like Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, man.
It's a true whodunit in NXT.
Yeah.
And everybody on the roster is a suspect.
Yeah, if you haven't watched the video they just put out today, I think, where they're going through the 2 video sources discovered thus far and show all the NXT talents who were in the area following the attack, then
does the entire roster simply mill about in their ring gear outside?
It certainly seems that way.
During the show. Like, I thought people are backstage, like watching a monitor or something. They are all outside because remember this took place. Oh wait, when did this take place?
Kayfabe. This is supposed to take place right after the main event of.
Yeah.
But then Aleister Black was wearing like street clothes. He wasn't wearing his ring gear. He was in shorts and like a cut-off T-shirt.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about that coming up later in the show.
Yes, we're gonna try to hammer down who the attacker is.
We're also gonna figure out who Chris Jericho's first feud in Impact is gonna be.
Oh dear.
And we're gonna talk about what would happen if best friends sued each other. It's so sad.
If you try to take my phone, you might find out.
Mr. Here intentionally did harm to Mr. Larson's phone.
In business prospects.
By
reaching for his phone and accidentally dumping it into his iced tea.
Who'd have thought poor COLT CABANA, the entire affair could have been avoided had he just complied, and that's what he seems to be saying now. But we're going to talk about that later.
Yes, first up, you really think this is an important story.
We're not going to do Super Chats first?
Oh, yeah, we can do some of those. Sorry.
Let's do a couple Super Chats first.
Yeah, Trey Saunders, $10. Yo, friendos, rest day from Jim. About to make a bowl of rice, quinoa, kale, black beans, potatoes, and eggs, along with a protein shake.
Holy
then
crap.
going to get real blaze. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Is Trey freaking jacked or what?
Seems like it.
Man,
that's what he's eating on his day off.
Quinoa, kale, that's all the good stuff. C. Ross 22.
Do you like kale?
$5. No, I just do spinach. I'm fine with spinach.
Spinach is good too.
Yeah, it's got lots of good stuff in it.
Is kale too fibrous to
the texture? It's like that's like I take the DDP philosophy. If it don't taste good, I don't want to effing eat it.
Yeah.
He said that I think on like the Stone Cold podcast maybe.
Yeah, sounds right. We're talking about, I'm sure, the dietary plan.
Why doesn't Kevin Nash have a podcast?
Yeah, that seems a no-brainer.
Right. C. Ross 22, $5. Law and Order NXT.
No, you have to read this like the Law and Order intro.
Law and Order NXT. In the WWE developmental system, blindsided attacks are considered especially heinous.
Boom, boom.
These are those stories. The Enforcer, Stevie Bradley, $2. Steve, draw a butthole. You see my kid yesterday?
I saw the caption for the thing, and I just put it all together.
Yeah. She wanted me to draw a butthole. She asked me to draw a butt, so I did that. And then she asked me to draw faces on the butt. A little weird. But I did that. I drew the line at actually drawing a butthole for her, though, and she threw a fit. I put it on Twitter, and a couple thousand people watched it. Over push no sell jabroni, $2. TGIF TGIF friendos at work, and I'm ready for a cold one.
Oh, hell yeah.
You drink some beer.
Joe Juarez, $5. Hey, friendos, listening in and getting high as hell off some tasty and nutritious fruits and vegetables.
See, look at that. We have a well-rounded friendo community.
Yeah, man.
Some people like to smoke weed. Some people like to drink, and some people enjoy kale, quinoa, vegetables, and fruits. There's something for everybody here. All sorts of positive communities.
Exactly. Philly Flex for $5 off today so I can watch live, get a smoke, and barbecue some ribs.
Ooh.
Wish you could join. I know. I love me some smoked ribs.
Ooh, and then here we go. See, Kyle Steven, $5. Non-pot smokers unite. There's something for everybody here.
Yes.
In Going in Raw.
Universal Jones, $2. Friday, Shag, Mary Fire, Colt Cabana, Joey Ryan, Santino.
Fire Santino, because didn't he had like a run-in with Jim Cornette that seemed awkward. I don't like awkwardness.
Yeah.
Shag Joey Ryan, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That guy is like the most shag dude in freaking wrestling.
Yeah, and then Mary Colt Cabana.
And then Mary Colt Cabana. He might be richer soon. Diddly Doodler here in the Discord says, hey, what's your stance on entrance music nowadays? Do you miss the days of full actual songs, or do you mind the 30-second cycles like Rude and Shinsuke? Also throwing this out there, Stone Cold and The Rock also had 30-second cycle entrance music. Really want your guys' opinions on this. The most important thing for me in an entrance song is how it kicks off, how it gets the crowd going.
Yeah.
And does it fit the rest
Generally speaking, you don't hear more than 30, 45 seconds of it anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that.
Exactly.
Eddie Smith, $5. If Steve is having sex in a room filled with balloons, what pops first?
Well, balloons are difficult. Like, you have to really work to pop a balloon sometimes.
But then sometimes they just seem to pop spontaneously.
Yeah, sometimes.
So, Jose Reyes, $5. Daniel Reyes, $2. Root beer, yay or nay?
Oh, yay.
For the most part, yeah.
Good root beer float. Is there a caveat for you? You said for the
Just
most
depends
part?
on the brand of root beer.
DeMarcus Williams, $10. Had a weird dream I was at ringside for a New Japan for a Suzuki hardcore match. He lost and wanted to murder me afterwards. Sad thing was I wasn't a young lion. It was weird. Are you sure it wasn't Tamatanga?
Oh, could be. Josh Rush, $5 from the Midwestern Friendos. MW
Midwest versus
Midwest versus everyone.
Midwest versus
WS Fletcher, $20. Thank you, sir. It was Mr. Sullivan with the candlestick in the parking lot. He says hashtag salary day.
Nice. We're going to get to that in a little bit. We're going to power rank potential suspects. But first up, rejoice, everybody. The current IWGP IC champion, former WWE IC champion, world heavyweight champion, Chris Jericho, all-around amazing person, rock star, podcaster, cruise aficionado, promoter guy, is going to Impact Wrestling power rank his opponents, Larson. Let's do this right now. Number one,
he's not.
Moose. Number two, Joe Hendry. Yeah, Impact Wrestling. Here it comes.
Going to Impact
From
Wrestling.
the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Quote, this is from Dave Meltzer himself. He knows everything. While nobody, listen to how this starts.
Carry on.
You know what's awesome is that everything I've said about Impact that you've poo-pooed has come true.
Well, not everything.
And you still doubt.
I got to stay in character, man.
Literally, last night, a member of a member of Bullet Club was on an episode of Impact Wrestling.
But this one
Pentagon is still doing amazing stuff. He fought Matt Seidel in a great match
that.
last night.
I just can't get over my. It still has a stigma in my mind. Anyway, continue with the story.
This is why you'll never keep up with the future. While nobody will say anything, which is probably the most telling part of this sentence, there is a lot of belief within the business that Chris Jericho is destined to be in Impact Wrestling, and the not wanting to do anything that would get Vince mad doctrine isn't nearly as strong as it was months ago. Back in July, when asked on Twitter if he would ever consider working for Impact, he responded, of course, on his cruise, I believe they have signed a Ring of Honor versus Impact match of some sort.
Yeah, there's some stuff
a
happening.
tag match or something like
maybe.
that. Yeah, who knows?
But then also, in response to Meltzer's report, someone tweeted at him, essentially, and I'll paraphrase here, that it's whoever thinks Jericho is going to go to Impact is ridiculous, along with a gif of Ron Burgundy laughing, and Chris Jericho retweeted that.
Because Chris Jericho is always completely and totally honest about his plans for wrestling on social media.
Oh, I know.
Which he never is.
Saying, of course he might consider it. But here's the thing. If he's going to wrestle for another company in the States, initially it's going to be New Japan. He's their Intercontinental Champion. That's what it's going to be. It will not be Impact.
I know nobody has said anything about him initially doing anything. They said the Wrestling Observer. I don't know why you would think he wouldn't. It's a hot commodity right now. It's got buzz around it right now.
What, Impact?
Yeah.
Well, honestly,
I don't know where you are exactly. Do you? It's so weird that you would let.
It's a lukewarm commodity as opposed to a hot commodity.
You would let. Everybody just said Slammiversary was like one of the best shows of the year.
Have you watched it all yet?
Slammiversary?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it I watched it the night it aired. Slammiversary?
I was busy. I haven't seen it yet.
I literally did a review on this show of it while you sat here.
Probably wasn't paying attention.
All right. Anyways. So I think this could be a lot of fun. Jericho going to Impact. You can poo-poo it all you want. That's fine. I think it's a much more viable option now than it was a year ago.
Oh, I mean,
this would be absolutely huge.
It's not impossible that it would happen. I just find it highly unlikely.
I know, but you find a lot of things highly unlikely that actually do happen. So, you have nothing more to add?
No, I've said my piece.
No? Okay. We'll continue on with the next story then.
All right, let me put my tea down because I'm sure it's irritating people. Somebody else sued CM Punk, Steve.
Did they?
And this time it was apparently his former best friend, Colt Cabana. Because you want to read your notes that you wrote here? Because you wrote it in your vernacular here.
Sure. Because one of us here is participating. You know what they say, Larson, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. This would seem appropriate for Phil Brooks, a.k.a. CM Punk, who is being sued by his best friend, Scott Colton, a.k.a. Colt Cabana, over legal fees accrued during the defamation lawsuit filed against them by Dr. Chris Amon, stemming from an episode of Cabana's Art of Wrestling podcast, which CM Punk appeared on. They won that case, but in the process, Cabana racked up legal fees in the amount of over $500,000.
Yeah, here's some salient quotes from the report from Chicago Sun-Times. Cabana's lawsuit contends Punk promised to help him out with the legal bills they amassed fighting the defamation lawsuit. Cabana claims Punk told him in a text that he would be, quote, 100% covered. Punk has failed to keep that promise, leaving him with unpaid legal bills totaling $513,736, according to the lawsuit. Punk asked Cabana to pay half of the legal fees, which comes out to about $250,000, saying, you are on your own. And the lawsuit claims, quote, Brooks acted with fraud, malice, oppression towards Colton, and the deliberate intention of causing Colton harm. Colt Cabana is seeking $200,000 in general damages and $1 million in punitive and exemplary damages. Now, we read the lawsuit this morning.
Yeah. Doesn't look good for CM Punk.
No.
Comes off as kind of a dick.
And there is apparently like actual paperwork signed to the effect of Phil covering these costs.
Yeah. So one of the things that like Colt Cabana's central point of this was this. He received the demand letter, which essentially was like a cease and desist, like, you know, it's not like, I don't think it was legally cease and desist. It was past that. It was do this or we're going to sue you.
Yeah.
And it seemed fairly simple. Like it's in the exhibit here in the lawsuit. It was essentially take the podcast down, which it had already been disseminated like 3 million times or something. Mm-hmm. So take the podcast down and then come to what I understand to be sort of a mutually agreed upon statement of retraction, which I would think if Cabana hired just like sort of a lawyer for that process, obviously wouldn't be nearly as much as this because it was like the discovery process alone was like $200,000.
Yeah, we heard that about Punk. Yeah.
Right. And so if he had done that, just hey, let me get legal representation for this meeting where I have to form this retraction letter, it probably would have been something along the lines of, I would just speculate because he didn't say anything. He was just talking to Punk. He would probably just have to say, I put out a podcast where I was unfamiliar with the
didn't fact check. So
I didn't fact check. I didn't get Chris Amon's, but I swear Colt Cabana didn't ask for Amon's. I forget if he said that on his podcast because I listened to the podcast where he's talking about the trial stuff. But his thing is, had he known, because he told Punk about, hey, I got this letter, you know, this is going to include you. Punk said, I'll take care of it. And my lawyers are going to take care of this. I have you covered.
Yeah, well, it even says here in the lawsuit, the signed retention agreement among Brooks, Colton, and the Loeb firm provides that the Loeb firm, quote, will bill Brooks for all the legal services expenses that will incur with respect to the Amon lawsuit. And that, quote, it is our understanding that Phil will be responsible for paying these invoices.
Yeah.
And there's a copy of the retention agreement
right
on this lawsuit.
And so Cabana's point is in the lawsuit. He says essentially, had I known I was going to be on my own here, had I known these legal fees would, if left to my own devices, if I wasn't told, hey, I'll take care of this, I would have just complied with the damn letter in the first place to avoid going to trial, which obviously is going to be very expensive. $500,000. It's a lot.
It is a lot. So apparently in April 2016, CM Punk apparently demanded that Colt Cabana pay one of the invoices.
This text is very sad here.
Yeah, it is. This is the text that CM Punk emailed to Colt Cabana. Quote, to date, I have spent $500,000+ on this Amon lawsuit.
513.
Yeah, I know. $513,736 on this Amon lawsuit. My outstanding current bill is at least $300,000. Half of this is yours. Divide the $513,736 by 2, and that is what you owe me and what I expect you to pay me. Starting now, I will no longer be paying your bills. You are on your own. Whatever my bill is currently will be cut in half, and half will be yours. If you choose to make this all ugly, that's fine too. I hope you won't, but I gave up on you doing what is right a long time ago.
He must be a pill to break up with. You know, doesn't that come across like a bitter ex right there? If you want to make this all ugly,
I mean, the only thing
that's up to you.
We heard that Colt Cabana was backstage at a WWE show.
Yeah.
While
I was trying to figure out
the process of all this was happening.
So you remember the story that sort of broke about them not being friends anymore? That was September of 2016. I don't know. I forget because I remember seeing the pictures of Colt Cabana backstage, him taking selfies with people backstage. I don't know when when those were released.
All right.
But in September, that's when people were pointing out that he's not following CM Punk on Twitter. But then when you hear about the I kind of wonder because after the verdict, the finding came down or whatever, Punk said in an interview right afterwards, he was asked, "Are you going to sue Amon for legal fees?"
Yeah.
And Punk was unsure about it. He says, "I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm the type to do that." I wonder if that would have been if Cabana was like, "Well, hold on a second. I have to pay all my own stuff, and you're not even going to sue that guy to recoup him?
Yeah.
That guy who was the one suing us, and you said it was taken care of. This does not make CM Punk look very good at all. Kind of a dick, to be honest with you. So, yeah, this sucks. Because if you listen to Colt Cabana's podcast as well, number one, all the lawyers seem to agree, and the judge seemed to agree. They have no idea. I think the jury, he said, like, literally, one of the jurors said this to him, that they were like, yeah, I don't know why you were even brought into this. Like this dude who just has a podcast, let his friend air his grievances, and then get sued. And instead of saying, "Hey, yeah, okay, fine, I didn't realize, I'll take it down," maybe incur a couple $1,000s in hiring a lawyer because that ain't gonna be that much.
No.
Now he's on the hook for this, and then, his best friend is sort of or former best friend is being a dick about it. I don't know, man. That's rough.
Further in the lawsuit, Colt Cabana contends that Punk somehow, because they were being represented by the same firm.
Yeah.
But then apparently that firm dropped Colt Cabana, was no longer representing him, so then he had to go out and get his own lawyer.
Well, Cabana apparently was going to get, because there's a part in here that says here we go. On May 5th, 2016, Colton caused the Loeb firm to be notified that so Cabana told them that he was prepared to retain separate counsel to defend him in the Amon lawsuit as a result of CM Punk saying you're on your own. After that, CM Punk's lawyer, who at that time was representing Colt Cabana, then informed Colt Cabana that both he and CM Punk believed and agreed that it was best that Colt Cabana not substitute counsel. And on that time, June 1st, Brenner emailed Colt Cabana saying, "Despite your unwillingness to contribute to your legal fees, I'm still prepared to represent you. And Phil is prepared to have me represent you and cover your legal fees going forward as long as there is no conflict between you and Phil that prevents me from fairly and ethically representing you. At this time, I don't believe that any such conflict exists." Colt Cabana then accepted the representation and agreement made on behalf of CM Punk and the Loeb firm and continued.
March 10th, he was dropped of 2017.
And then the next year, March 10th, And he says Colt Cabana is informed and believes, and based thereon alleges, that on or about March 10th, CM Punk caused the firm to withdraw as Colt Cabana's counsel in the lawsuit, and the lawyer notified Colt Cabana of that. So, so apparently CM Punk sometime like the next year said to ditch him, I guess. I don't know. It's going to be interesting because here's the thing. This is a lawsuit, so there's got to be another side of it, which I believe is also made public.
Yeah.
And that's going to be CM Punk's side. So we'll see what he has to say about all that.
Yeah.
But this is a sad and I don't know. That's a sad little bit of business right there.
It really is.
You know?
I mean, it's never good to see people who were friends
Yeah.
then going to court.
Yeah, man. Oh, boy.
Especially something that seems like it could have been avoided with, some more communication or something.
Yeah. So, lesson to you. Be nice to me.
You be nice to me. I am nice to you.
You're on your own, Larson.
All right.
On your own. I'm not paying your legal fees.
Well, I would just fulfill the demands of the cease and desist and just do whatever they say.
Retract your fat shaming of Steve here
Never done that.
immediately.
Never done that.
Admit that Jericho is going to Impact Wrestling.
Well, until I see proof of it, actual proof, then I won't.
Since when is the Wrestling Observer not proof? What?
We'll talk
You're
about it
you
later.
himself. Larson himself, the Wrestling Larson Observer himself, calls him the foremost wrestling historian.
Historian.
And if you know history,
Historian, which means he knows a lot about what happened in the past.
which can inform what you know in the future.
That's different than breaking news stories.
Yeah, man. Nostradamus.
Meltzer doesn't always get it right.
We'll have to ask our own Going In Raw insider about that one.
Meltzer doesn't always get it right.
I'm going to ask our Going In Raw insider.
Fine. Next. Who did it, Steve? Who did it? It's the mystery of the summer. Who attacked Aleister Black?
We're going to solve it right here and now.
Somehow, the most disappointing injury in recent NXT history has turned to the late summer's greatest Who Done It? Who did it? Who attacked Aleister Black?
Who done it's my favorite.
Oh, it's
form
great. It's a
of
great
anything.
phrase. With Aleister Black having undergone surgery this past week to repair a torn groin, reportedly, it was a given that he'd miss TakeOver on the 18th. The question then became, how would this go down storyline-wise? Well, we got our answer this past week on WWE.com as they made it official via William Regal announcing in a video in front of a busy street and/or
very
parking
busy
lot,
street.
announcing that due to the injuries Aleister Black sustained in a parking lot ambush from a mystery attacker, Aleister would not be in the triple threat match at TakeOver Brooklyn. He then announced that the title match would be only Gargano versus Ciampa in the last man standing match, which was rumored to be the thing prior to Nakamura and AJ doing last man standing at Money in the Bank. So the question remains, Steve,
Who done it?
Who done it?
Who done it?
Who did it?
Who done it?
Who did it?
Allie! Otis Dozovich might have got himself over with me simply for sitting there taking pictures of Aleister Black saying, Allie! Hey, Allie! That was pretty funny.
Pretty funny.
So we're going to power rank suspects
If you haven't
now.
seen this video that they put out today,
It's
it's
amazing.
a must-watch.
Because they freeze frame anytime there's like a person, and at one point it gets so ridiculous. It's like it shows like back near like the big production truck, and it just like stops, and there's like 10 different names
That
on there.
is
Just ding,
hilarious.
ding, 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 little arrows
Oh,
pointing
that's
at
so
people.
funny.
It's fantastic.
All right, so we got a list of possible suspects here.
Yep.
And hopefully we're not forgetting anybody because there was basically the entire roster.
Yeah.
So number 10, who's the 10th most likely culprit?
Okay, well let's go here. Let's start from the beginning, or let's start from like the most likely.
Oh, it's Johnny Gargano.
It's Gargano.
It's Gargano. Gargano did it.
Maybe. Number 2.
Oh, Undisputed Era.
Undisputed Era.
But I feel like that's too. I mean, the fact that they got in the car, were running towards the car, and Adam Cole was like, "Let's get out of here." It's too obvious.
No, there's not. They are the most obvious group there is. Though there's nothing subtle about the Undisputed.
Oh, I
Era,
know.
and that is.
But that's what makes
Undisputed.
them obvious as the likely culprit, and I don't think that's the case.
Let's see here. Okay, let's talk about this from the perspective of how soon is it going to be before he comes back? Obviously, he'll be back before War Games.
Yeah. The initial prognosis we heard was 3 weeks
Yeah.
recovery time.
Actually, this is the bigger question. Do they know who this is?
If this is main roster, I'd say heck no. This is NXT, so I'd like to hope so.
Tentatively, I think your number 1 is spot on.
Yeah.
Tentatively,
Yeah.
I think it's Gargano.
But if it's not Gargano, I think
Actually, you know what? Let me change that. Here's the thing about that. Unless it fits neatly with their plans for Gargano, which it might.
Yeah, I mean,
it might.
My thought has always been that he's going to have to come to a moment of realization that he is becoming what he disliked most.
Yeah.
And part of that descent into giving into his own bitterness towards Ciampa could involve taking out Aleister Black from this match to better his own chances of winning that title.
I would like to think,
coming face to face with a moment when he has to make a choice between being Johnny Wrestling again or being, super heel.
Yeah. I would like to think that them opting to go with this route was, how sometimes certain circumstances when you're forced to change and inspire some creativity.
Yeah, you can change things for the better, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would love to think that they said, oh, wait a second. No, this is actually perfect. We have to write him out. Okay, perfect. Let's do a whodunit. Johnny did it. Johnny might be too obvious because it's obvious that he's going down a certain path. That much is obvious.
Yes.
So that might be obvious. And it could be the kind of thing where it looks like it's him, but then he says, no, of course not. I don't know if Johnny's going to completely go down that road. I think he's going to flirt with it.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to completely go down that road.
Yeah,
and because of that, I'm going to say he's not even number one.
Oh, who's number one?
He's not
now?
number one.
Lars Sullivan, number one.
Yeah, I might think it's Lars. He was walking away, I think.
I mean, for me, the top five has to be Gargano, Sullivan, Undisputed Era, Ciampa. I mean, those are really the only ones that really make sense. Those are the only names that really make. I'll say Shayna Baszler just because I think it'd be interesting.
So, do we know just around about how long it's going to take for him to recover?
I think about a month.
Okay, that's it.
That's what when the reports that Pro Wrestling Sheet had, that said 3 weeks, I think. Well, that seems really quick to recover from a torn groin. I feel like it should probably be longer than that.
Because I was wondering if he would just go up to main roster after his match at this next takeover.
Well, yeah, if he lost, I think he would. I guess it's entirely possible.
They could carry
if they can. Well, I was gonna say if they can resolve this within the matter of a couple weeks.
Yeah.
That he could still move up.
Yeah. Yeah, Ono did look safe A13 here says Ono looks suspicious. And I kind of agree with that. Let's see here. I'm looking at chat right now. Let's see what a lot of the other people say. No. All just a bunch of silly answers. All right, so let's say number one is Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
That's the most obvious one. I'm going to say number two is actually Lars Sullivan. Because think about it. Lars Sullivan hasn't been around, right? So he comes back. He sees Aleister Black hanging out, taking a smoke break in the quad, right? Sees him in his cool pants and his cool camo shorts, which, by the way, I need to get some of those now.
Yeah.
He rolls up upon him, says, man, my jaw still hurts.
Hold on. Sources tell Pro Wrestling Sheet that Aleister Black won't be cleared for action until October.
Oh.
So that's 2 months.
Yeah, I kind of feel, here's the thing about Johnny Gargano and Ciampa. I feel like their trajectory is so unique. I don't think it lends itself well to straying outside of what their trajectory is, if you know what I mean. I think they have a pretty set storyline. Now, October is 2 months away. I don't know if part of those plans involve, Aleister Black now, because they could easily do Gargano saying, yeah, I did it. But then in October, they got to circle back around to Johnny Gargano versus Aleister Black. And I don't know if that was part of the original plan because they have long-term plans.
I don't know. But as you said earlier, I think if this story beat fit in or give a better idea of how to do the Gargano Ciampa story, then it's entirely possible they just kind of folded it all together and thought, okay, well, after this, we can do that and then that again.
Yeah, so. It's possible. It does seem to be most likely, though, because they're, it's not like it's, I think Johnny Gargano is probably number one. I think you're probably right about that. I do like Lars Sullivan number two. I think Lars Sullivan makes the most actual sense because, come on, he's just out there in the quad, like I said, taking a smoke break, and then Lars Sullivan comes upon him. Of course, he's gonna lay him out. Yeah, absolutely. You freaking broke my jaw, dude. Yeah. I ate 3 of your black masses, really one, and now he takes him out. Yeah. Great way to re-debut Lars Sullivan.
3 probably is Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, storyline, that makes all the sense in the world.
Yeah. I mean, as funny as Undisputed Era doing it would be,
They have no reason.
they're all wrapped up in all sorts of other
Yeah.
stuff. And they're not going to put Adam Cole in that mat.
No,
So,
they're not going to do that.
Undisputed Era 10, least likely.
I like this for number 4, Velveteen.
Well, he was acting like he was super upset about it.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's a lot to weigh in a guy's conscience.
Could be.
He's a complex individual.
True.
And it's not like his feud with EC3 is actually a feud.
No.
It's a lot of frolicking.
Yeah.
So, and pool play. We don't really know what happened after EC3 said, "Hey, that's only 3 feet deep." Camera's cut, but what happened after that?
Yeah, did EC3 help him out of the pool?
Maybe they gave each other massages or something. Velveteen Dream is struggling with. That's why he was upset. He's struggling with, man, EC3. I really like the guy. We gave each other massages and we pool played, and now I got to fight him still at Takeover because that match has already been signed. So many conflicting emotions. Could be my best friend. Could be my worst enemy. I don't know. Aleister Black comes over here, says, "Hey, would you like some ice cream?" And he says, "Oh, I don't know. I'm so emotionally bent out of shape." Back. Whack.
Wow.
Drops a big elbow on him.
Maybe.
From like one of the tables.
Yeah.
There in the quad.
Yeah.
So I like Velveteen Dream for it.
All right.
Cassius Ohno seemed pretty upset. So I'm going to say number 5's got to be Cassius Ohno.
Yeah, he's been asking for better competition. Who better than the former champion?
Exactly. After that, 6, I'm going to say it was
Kona Reeves.
No, I'll put that at 7 because I think at number 6,
Shayna Baszler.
no. Who else stands to benefit from Johnny Gargano winning gold? Candice LeRae.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Candice LeRae is my number 6 suspect.
Good choice.
And then
Good
is
choice.
number 7, Kona Reeves, trying to make a point.
Yeah. Prove that he is the finest.
Exactly. Number 8 would be... Well, Heavy Machinery were right there taking pictures, so it's entirely possible they did
But Otis
that.
seemed legitimately concerned.
Allie! That's true. I'm going to say 8 is Forgotten Sons.
All right, try and make an impact.
Trying to make an impact.
EC3 for 9. Why not?
And EC3. There
No
you go.
real reason. Just
Maybe they just bumped into each other. EC3 is so jacked. He could have been like on a cocaine blackout binge
Could be,
right there.
could be,
You know,
yeah.
he doesn't know what he's doing.
yeah.
So there you go. Perfect. 1, Johnny Gargano. 2, Lars Sullivan. 3, Ciampa. 4, Velveteen Dream. 5, Cassius Ohno. 6, Candice LeRae. 7, Kona Reeves. 8, Forgotten Sons. 9, EC3. And 10, boom.
Still got to confirm they were listening to their own theme.
Several people have said they were.
All right. I'll believe them.
Alex C said it. That's not confirmation enough for you?
Well, I'd like to hear it with my own ears. I couldn't tell.
Boom.
Next, how about Ring of Honor? How about New Japan selling out Madison Square Garden, Steve?
Yeah.
Damn, that's impressive.
Those people are going to be really sad when they go to see the Young Bucks and they're not there.
Yeah. Well, they weren't advertised for the show, so.
You want to see them? Go buy a takeover ticket.
Guess what? They're going to be on main roster. They're not going to be going to NXT. Young Bucks aren't going to NXT.
What if they're the first act to pull double duty main roster, like long term main roster and NXT at the same time?
Man, they
it's a
better
takeover, man.
Getting a huge paycheck.
It's a takeover.
So anyways.
Oh, they're getting that regardless.
Yeah, a huger paycheck. So Ring of Honor, New Japan are putting on the G1 Supercard April 6th, 2019 at Madison Square Garden, and it's sold out. And according to the Wrestling Observer, it is among the quickest sellouts for a pro wrestling event at that building ever. Mm-hmm. Quote, the official time of the sellout was between 13 and 16 minutes after tickets went on sale to the public this morning. Most of the tickets were sold in pre-sales on Wednesday and Thursday. I heard somewhere that 12,000 tickets were sold during the pre-sale period alone.
My goodness gracious.
So that's a lot. That's more than all in.
Yeah.
Just on the pre-sale.
Yeah.
So that's an impressive feat. Congratulations, Ring of Honor. Congratulations, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
This goes to show that people have a thirst, a hunger for pro wrestling. Because you got that going head-to-head with TakeOver, which will sell 14,000 tickets.
Because Kenny and the Bucks are going to be there.
Well, Kenny's not going to NXT. He already said that. He's not going to NXT. He's going to main.
Oh, they don't have to go to the serious thing. I was just joking about them pulling double duty. They don't have to go to NXT, but they could be at TakeOver
Yeah,
in
I
the
suppose they
crowd.
could.
They can be in the crowd at TakeOver. Then they don't show up in NXT. They just go to main roster. That's so WWE. You think WWE is not above doing something so petty like
No,
that?
of course they are. As far as them, WB signing all this independent talent, they have some their eyes on some other people after apparently maybe just signing Matt Riddle.
Nice.
Amongst them, Shane Strickland, who is the current new Evolve champion, just beating Matt Riddle for the title. Apparently, WWE's looking into him.
Nice.
Also, Pentagon Jr. in Phoenix. We heard that they are trying to sign them, and apparently they have told promoters who have booked their dates for 2019 that those dates are in question.
Yeah.
That's interesting because as far as I'm aware, they're both still under contract with Lucha Underground.
That's got to end
Like
at some point.
I think read they had 3 more seasons on their deal.
No, man. Didn't we hear something that Lucha Underground's like letting everybody out of their contracts?
Well, we heard that they were being a little looser about not appearing on American television.
Nah, I think they're letting people out, man. WWE just scored a $500 million TV deal. They'll kick them $1 million.
Let's buy Lucha Underground.
Yeah. You think WWE's going to be responsible with their money already? This is a company who can't even get access right. They can't even book the right access building.
We might not get access.
It was in our non-news segment of yesterday's post show, where like they didn't because they didn't have
They waited too long to pick the city for WrestleMania, the host city. That by the time they picked it, made the announcement, all the convention centers in New York City were already booked.
Yeah.
So now they got to break it. They might break up access to smaller events throughout the city.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, have it in, like, Jersey or something. I don't know.
So that's the company we're talking about. You think they're going to be responsible with their money?
Well, they just find a warehouse, like, in Queens or something.
Yeah.
Or in Brooklyn. Just
yeah,
have
I
it
know.
there.
It can't be that difficult. Like, it was pretty out of the way when we went to the Orlando one.
Yeah, but Orlando's really spread out.
Yeah.
I think it's just the nature of...
Yeah.
I mean, I think if they were trying to have everything... I mean, I assume they would have had it in Manhattan somewhere. I mean, there's convention centers there, I would suspect.
I have no idea, man.
And then, I don't know if there's any sort of convention centers in Brooklyn. Because if that's where SummerSlam and... Oh, no, sorry. We're talking about Mania. NXT will be in Brooklyn. But then Mania is not going to be in New York State at all. It's going to be in New Jersey.
Yeah.
At the football stadium.
Wherever they build it, they will come. I mean, it's a bunch of superstars. It's access. People will go wherever they build it, so it doesn't matter. It's still, I just find it funny. Like,
you find it funny.
I find it funny. So, yeah, I wouldn't. Lucha Underground. Come on, Lucha Underground. Give me a break.
Contracts are contracts, though. Let's do some more super chats. Joshua Martinez, $2. Does this mean Punk won't be at All In? It wasn't a sure thing he's going to be at All In anyways.
He definitely won't be in the over the budget Battle Royal.
No. Jonathan, $5. Smoke weed, get hammered, barbecue, eat some vegetables, sue your best friends, and finish off your day by murdering Aleister Black. It's quite a day.
That's today's episode of Going In Around.
Taco Bender, $2.
Ooh.
Matt Riddle for the attacker, starting him off hot.
Yeah.
It'd be cool, but I don't know. I can't buy Matt Riddle as a heel.
Keith. What about the most obvious suspect? Marcel Bartel. He was there. He was in the area. He's a vicious 6'3" heel. And he's from, so wait, where's Aleister Black from? Netherlands. Kind of close to Germany. He says there can only be one guy from that region there. Aren't they connected? Aren't they landlocked?
What, Netherlands?
No,
Germany? Netherlands borders the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Germany.
I remember if Netherlands and Germany share a border. I can't recall offhand.
Let's find out.
DeMarcus Williams, $5. Nah, it was Suzuki. All I saw was a madman with a shaved head.
There you go.
Suzuki was the attacker. Mr. Michael Law, 2011, $2. 1 Aries, 2 Moose, 3 Killer Cross, 4 Eddie, 5 Sami Callihan. They must be the dream matches for Jericho. Joshua Ross, 2 pounds. Hey, Steve, where's my Randall Horton t-shirt?
Yeah, man, look at that. Big old border. That's all Netherlands borders, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, they share a border with Belgium, too.
Yeah, Belgium and Germany.
All right.
That's what it is.
The Eyebrow, $20. Thank you. Scenario time. You get to open a pro wrestling museum. What are 5 things you must have and one part of history you omit?
The very first, is the very first NWA World Championship, is that in existence? Does somebody have that?
It's 10 pounds gold, isn't it?
No. They had to have gotten a new belt since then, I would think. I have no idea.
You need that. You need the first NWA title. I would think you would need...
You need Bruno's first title, right? Whatever that was, that little belt buckle.
You know, when we went to the archives, WWE archives, they had the old ring from Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
From all the old MSG shows.
Yeah.
They should have that.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Have that all set up.
Yeah. They need a Ric Flair robe, obviously.
That's 3.
You know what my favorite thing was at the archives?
What?
The address books.
That was cool.
Pat Patterson's booking address books. That was the coolest shit.
Yeah.
It was just a stack of little address books, and it's all I think I think it says Pat Patterson. It was all just the bookings from the shows. That was cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
That
neat.
was super neat. So that, and then
There's so much.
one of the trench coats from NWO Sting, not Sting when he was in the NWO. I'm talking about the fake
NWO Sting, yeah.
Sting. That.
Some used beer cans that Stone Cold drank out of.
There you go.
The Rock's flamethrower when he lit his name on fire at WrestleMania a couple years back.
Brian Pillman's gun.
What's one part of history you omit?
One part of history you omit?
Yeah.
I don't know. You should never omit history. You learn from history. I don't know. Like I go down some like dark paths there,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
King Fizzle, 250. Work from home today. Finally get to see you live.
Oh man, work from home is the best.
Yeah, it is. Easy 414, $5. Punk's 100,000er.
Whoa.
Who should be a millionaire because of people like Cabana.
Hold on a second. He's 100,000er who should be a millionaire because of people like Cabana. What does that mean exactly?
I'm confused by that. Thalamic Rex, $5. Packing for my cruise in Florida. Have you guys been on a cruise before? This is my fourth and final.
Final? Oh,
I've
man.
been on one cruise before. Oh, hopefully. Whoa.
What?
Just you're not going on any more cruises after this one, right?
Yeah, what is he going to do on this cruise?
I don't know.
He's like, this is my final cruise. And then I'm going to end it all. Wow, man. Somebody look after, who is this guy?
Thalamic Rex.
Rex?
I've been on one cruise. I went to Mexico once.
I've never been on a cruise before.
It was like 3 days. It was fun.
Yeah. Tom Fox.
I drank a lot.
$2. Undisputed Era. We're 100% listeners.
All right, that's at least the second person who said that. All right, Conman, 167, $10 Canadian. Keep up the good work, fellas. Really like the way you present your show. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That means a lot. Martin Garcia. I call it now. It'll be a draw with Gargano and Ciampa in the last man standing. And Stall, it can triple threat match for the next takeover. Oh, and we'll just do the triple threat next time. Yeah,
it could be.
maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, it could be.
Suplex Casey, $5. Won the Travis Scott Air Force One raffle day, so I thought
Whoa.
I'd give to Going in Raw. Happy Friday, friendos. Congratulations. I tried and failed.
You fail. Vinny Elliott, $5. Hey, friendos, just wanted to throw you some money before I head into work. Hashtag Strickland versus Adam Mayhem. Adam Mayhem's trying to book himself into this match.
Good.
Best of the West is bringing in Shane Strickland, who we just reported the WWE's looking at.
Yeah.
Adam Mayhem wants to test his mettle as Hate's champion. I don't think he has it in him to beat Shane Strickland.
I don't know, but I think it'd be a great match. I believe in Adam Mayhem.
I want to see him get his ass handed to him on the largest stage possible, which at this point is Best of the West Wrestling. Let's get that match going. Shane Strickland versus Adam Mayhem.
M squared, $5. Wishing another happy Friday from your Roseville friendo.
All right, easy.
Right back at you.
Wonder if he's near the Roseville Auto Mall. Easy 414, $2. This is a visual representation of the Undisputed Era theme. Boom.
Boom.
Charvel, $20. Set a course for my wallet. Maximum orbit. Engage. And he says, that is all. Thanks, Charvel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Commander. Universal Jones, $2. Who's a better kisser, Ciampa or Aleister Black? Maybe Velveteen Dream wanted a kiss from Aleister Black. And he says, fine. And he kissed him, and it was a terrible, sloppy kiss.
So you're going with Ciampa?
No, my scenario isn't factual. It's fanfic. Aleister Black. It's got to be Aleister Black.
It is Aleister Black, yes.
Ciampa's probably angry kisser.
Well, Aleister Black has a pretty prominent beard, but it's not as overgrown as Tommaso Ciampa's.
Yeah,
and
you
that
got to
can
dig
affect
through a
the
forest
whole.
for that, man.
Yes.
Jonathan, $2 Canadian. RKO killed Aleister to Maine. Yeah, I thought that too. Maybe they're going to set up his first main roster feud.
Could
with
be.
This.
Ryan Sanderson, £5. Most likely to go to WWE, Okada, Tanahashi, or Naito. I guess Okada because he's the youngest of the three. Tanahashi's, 40? Naito's 36.
Yeah, Tanahashi's least likely.
I don't think any of them are likely.
I don't think any of them are likely either. I think you're probably right, Okada. I mean, at a certain point, here's the funny thing about Okada. He's already done, I'm not going to say everything because New Japan is very creative, but the fact that he's on a balloon kick right now is equal parts amazing and also like what are they doing over there?
Yeah.
What are they doing with all that?
Part of a larger story, man.
I think it probably is, but I could see him maybe going. I could see him going to WWE. Shinsuke went.
What's going on there? Fly? Yeah. Justin Rogers, $2. Chance and Roman main events Evolution. At least
pretty good.
One show he won main event.
Lake the Snake Lock, $3. Thank you. Evan Smither, $2. I start college on the 15th. Ooh, any tips going in, Larson? Tips for starting college. Make friends. Be humble.
Work hard.
Well, that's a dumb tip. What the hell?
Don't flunk out of school.
Experiment with drugs, sex, music, shrooms. No, I don't know. Any tips for going to college? I don't know. You know.
It's probably the best time in your life where you go and just you get to go someplace and learn and absorb other people's points of view.
Yeah.
Enjoy that.
Open your mind, man.
Yeah, because
Open your
it
mind.
doesn't happen a lot once you get out to the adult world.
And if you're in a dorm with other people, you're going to have to keep an open mind.
Yes.
Like I was for a spell, I was an RA at a dorm. Remember that?
Yeah.
And there was one dude, just from a different culture, used to wipe his butt, put it in the garbage. And the other people were like, the other kids in the dorm were like, that's supposed to go in the toilet. He's gross. And I was like, he's not gross. He's from a different culture. I explained to him, here, we just put it in the toilet, flush it down. Everything was fine after that. So understand that people do things a different way.
Yeah.
And then, open a dialogue with those people.
Yes.
Don't just say, why is your booty paper in the garbage when it should be down in the toilet? Gerardo Vasquez. Gargano's theme sucks.
I hadn't heard that
Other
story
themes
before.
that fit him, he sucks. Other themes that fit Johnny Gargano. Or any other songs. I broke the law and the law won. No, that doesn't work.
How about Metallica's Fade to Black?
Oh, that's a good one, yeah.
Especially if he is the attacker.
Yeah, there you go.
Here, take to the Twitter. Let's see if we can get any questions on there.
All right. Oh, are we done with stories for the day, really?
Yeah, that's all the news for the day, I believe.
All right.
Unless I forgot something. No, that's it. That's the news for today.
Maybe Chat has some good ideas for a new Gargano theme music.
Yeah, what's some...
Jamie Weisner in chat asks, what do we think of Matt Sydal? I love Matt Sydal.
Yeah, he's good.
He's in Impact Wrestling.
Jonathan says Alexa Bliss theme for Johnny Gargano. Dun 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 dun. Some dubstep, huh?
Jose GGR. Is there any chance Aleister Black, he calls him Ali Black, Ali, getting knocked out was always a part of the plan to turn Gargano? I would be very surprised.
Yeah, I'd be very, very surprised.
The dude got a, but I mean, it might be something that thematically was similar to what they were going to do in the match to leave it more of a face-off between Gargano and Ciampa. So in that respect, they might have accomplished the same thing.
Austin Luff, 279. Booty paper is my new favorite Steve phrase.
Oh, man. I mean, it was 20 years ago. I can tell the story. I don't know who the person was. Let's see here. Joseph Sandoval. What would be better for WWE to draw in the Latino viewer, signing Pentagon, or a face Cien Almas, as it's been a while since WWE has had a top Latino guy? Signing Pentagon, probably.
I think if you sign Pentagon and let him do what he does best, which is be a really awesome tweener, and then really push Almas as a heel. Yeah. Imagine a title feud between those two and how amazing that would be.
Ooh, between what two?
Between Pentagon and Almas.
Ooh, have all your... So you say have your cake and eat it too. Yeah.
Joe Juarez, $5. Are you guys planning on doing a G1 Finals live stream?
When is that?
Tomorrow.
Oh, shit. The finals are tomorrow?
Yeah, the B block finals are tonight.
I feel like I'm about to take a test, and I haven't studied one lick for it. And, in fact, I haven't even been to class except for the first 3 days.
Yeah.
No.
Probably not.
No. I'll say definitely not.
I kind of have my birthday party
tomorrow night?
Probably like early tomorrow, Sunday morning.
Oh. Yeah, so I have to get up early for your birthday thing.
Well, it's not that early. It starts at 10:30.
That's pretty early. And then how long does that run till?
A couple hours.
All right. Should be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Kids can go, right? Kids are going to
Yeah,
be?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go out and play softball if we have enough people.
Right on.
If not, let's go hit some balls.
All right, good. So no.
Yeah, probably not. But we'll do a
Are we
recap.
going on Sunday? Are we going on Sunday? Maybe not. I don't know.
But we'll do a recap on Monday. We'll do a recap of it. It's a huge show.
Yeah, probably do a recap.
Quiet Wyatt, $2. It was Shinsuke's low blow of doom that fell Aleister Black.
Oh, ooh, that's not a bad one. That's not a bad one.
Thank you, David Navarro. My birthday is actually not for another couple weeks, but we're doing this early just because it works out better for everybody else.
Juan Guerrero Jr., what should be the main event of G1 Supercard? A Ring of Honor match, a New Japan match, or a Ring of Honor versus New Japan match? Who should be the participants? Ring of Honor World Champion
Versus IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, but right now the Ring of Honor World Champion is it's Jay Lethal. It's just kind of underwhelming. But on the other hand, he is kind of like Mr. Ring of Honor.
But there's 8 months till that show actually happens.
And he is like besides like Christopher Daniels, maybe he's like the most Ring of Honor guy they have. So maybe that would be apropos.
Yeah. Fiend Kicks. Did you end up doing the lace swap on those Adidas? We did, and they look outstanding.
Yeah, they look fantastic. They're around here somewhere.
No, yours are back there.
Because we're going to film me trying them on for the first time, right?
Yeah.
Still doing that? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. We could do that today if we have time.
Yeah, I'd like to do it today because I want those shoes.
All right.
I just want them. Let's see here.
Ryan Sanderson suggests the Elite versus SoCal Uncensored. Well, all the Elite might be in WWE by the time this show rolls around.
Yeah.
So
That's the funny thing. I was kind of paying attention on Twitter a little bit. Like somebody tweeted out, congratulations to Cody and the Young Bucks for selling out Madison Square Garden. And I was like, did they? Oh, man. Is there going to be, because they didn't do any advertising. They were not in the advertising for it. And I would imagine. So I personally think they're totally going. I think All In was probably their big celebration, and also maybe some more. If you're gonna go into negotiations with the company, this is how much we're worth. This is what we can do. We can sell out a place on our own. You guys are having a hard time selling out these house shows. Well, if we do a couple of house shows, for you, we could sell them out. That kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was just that, because we've talked about this before. Like, what else is really for them to do?
Yeah,
what else is there for them to do?
I know.
But I would also imagine, just by virtue of the fact that they're not going to be under contract. I don't know how companies usually approach it. It's like, well, if they're not going to be under contract, are they allowed, or they're probably just covering their asses by not not using them in advertisements because like, well, it's possible they could be gone.
Yeah.
I totally think they're going to be gone. Let's
the
see
wrestle
here.
dude, Larson, do you like ice cream cake? If it's the right ice cream, yes. No? Man, you got to have some red velvet cake with some strawberry ice cream? Oh, man.
Well, that's cake with ice cream as an accoutrement.
No, I'm talking about cake, layer ice cream. Ice cream in the cake.
Okay, so you're
That's
talking
ice
about
cream
okay.
cake,
I
yes.
thought you just meant you said
No.
red velvet cake. Okay.
No, I mean in all in one cake.
Yeah, no.
No,
I'm
that's
fine
good.
with cake, and then on the side,
No, that's
some ice
fine too.
cream.
But also, if it's depending on the flavor of cake, flavor of ice cream, it's good.
no.
Ryan Lambert, $2. Thoughts on Tegan Knox and what happened at Mae Young Classic? Since it's kind of spoiler territory, I don't know if I really want to get into it too much. I don't know. I mean, WB talked about it. They had a thing about it.
Okay, so we won't divulge results because that's spoiler territory. But Tegan Knox, she got hurt
Again,
again.
after just more or less coming back from an injury, and that sucks.
Super sad.
Man, I feel so bad for her.
I know, that's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Rao asks, what will it take to build Asuka to what she once was? A repackage.
Regular appearances on SmackDown and some wins.
It's really simple. It's really easy. Let's see here. Oh, wow. That's actually a good one.
Oh, the Wrestle Dude wearing my Slaya shirt every Friendo Friday.
Nice. The eyebrow. Personally, I wouldn't let the mid-aughts women's division into the museum. Maybe some, but WWE was so bad in hindsight on that front. Yeah, like the Candice Michelle type stuff. Where it was
All
just
the
Kelly, I think.
and then all the lecherous Vince stuff because of it.
Yeah.
That's just bad.
Yeah. Wolfpack Underboss says, "Yeah, WWE's so gonna raid Ring of Honor." I know. I think this TV money, they're just gonna go on a rampage. Let's see here. Kenny Walker, who's your most underrated performer in WWE?
Oh, right now?
Is there a guy? I mean, we can go underused. I'd say it's probably Finn Balor. Like, who's the guy that they can make the most money off of that they're not? Maybe Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt for the longest time.
Maybe Bray Wyatt.
But Finn's a good answer, too.
Bray and Finn.
Fear and Loathing NYC, $5. Greetings, friendos. High as F. I like to spend my money on weed, so instead of paying Walter $5,000, let's get New Jack for $500. Hashtag down with Mayhem.
No, you know what, man? Adam Mayhem is not my H champion. I would never do that to him, though. I wouldn't wish New Jack on my worst enemy, man. That's scary. No good. Mr. Sinister wants to know from our Twitter video earlier today, did Steve help Larson eat that other half of the sandwich?
No, I ate the whole thing.
He did damages upon me by fat-shaming me by saying, "No, fatty, you can't eat my sandwich."
You asked me, I said this.
Didn't want to eat your stupid sandwich. I had some McDonald's earlier. Stop fat-shaming me! I rolled up in here with the 2 cheeseburger meal. You know, I rolled up into that drive-thru thinking, I'm going to get an egg white delight. And then I saw the 2 glistening golden cheeseburgers. I was like, I'm going to go for a long-ass run today, man. I've been doing good lately, too.
Good. Michael Dew. You got to allow yourself some cheat meals every now and again. Michael Dew, $5. Yay or nay, Flip Gordon gets booked into the...
Flip Wilson, please!
Gets booked into the NWA title match, making it a triple threat with him going over and turning heel on Cody. Probably not.
Okay, gets booked in by making a triple threat with him going over and
probably more likely he interferes and costs Cody the belt.
I really hope he just...
I read that somewhere.
Wait, what's that?
That he would cost Cody the title.
That'd be good. Nick Aldis.
I mean, he's going to be there. He's having a party in the parking lot.
Yeah, he's going to be in the parking lot for sure.
Look at that. My phone didn't buzz once the entire show.
I know. Did you turn off your notifications again?
Nope.
Good job.
Slow day in the sneaker world.
Well done. Oh, man. I love this question from Jova. Where will Velveteen Dream's next experience take place?
Like probably in that area where they found Aleister Black, where all the tables were. People just go and like snack.
I think it's like the community clubhouse. I think
that was just the building behind the pool.
Right, exactly. Oh, man. Oh, no. You know what? Hold on a second. I got a Caljack.
Oh, yeah.
Did he tweet that at us?
Yeah.
Where is it? Hold on. Caljack actually
told us where the pool was.
He had that info. Can we go have our own experience there? Here we go. Just so you guys know, that pool is the Baldwin Park pool. I've swam there many times. I love Caljack.
Oh, Fear and Loathing NYC, $5. FYI, I went to one of the first UFCs and saw a man get his face ripped off with my own eyes.
Confirmed it happened.
Which UFC that happened? Which one? UFC
Which
1, 2, 3?
I mean, did they do like shows in between the pay-per-views? Like non-broadcast shows? Because somebody did get their face ripped off.
I don't know, man.
That
do a Google
happened.
search.
Well, then I'll just come up with like some cartel video or something. I don't want to do that. Like Google face ripped off.
No, put UFC in there.
All right, hold on.
Or just question: Did someone get their face ripped off in a UFC fight?
I want to do a truth exposed on that. Oh man. UFC fighter gets arm ripped off. I don't really. This is on E-Bomb. Remember E-Bomb's World?
Yeah. I do.
Michael, no. Oof. No.
No. Nothing. Nothing.
Last night, a fighter's face got stuck in the UFC cage, lost a chunk of his forehead. Ouch.
The wrestle dude, my question, if you could switch lives with a wrestler for a whole year, who do you pick? Keep in mind, they take over your life for a whole year.
So you get to take over somebody's, you get a quantum leap, you trade quantum leap, somebody else takes over my life.
Mm-hmm.
So my life, I'd probably go with like Bobby Roode, because number one, I think I could get him over into the upper mid card if I get his body, so I can help him out. I can do him a solid. All right. Number two, On top of that, he's a family guy, so I would trust him with being in my body, you know, being in my home, raising my child, being with my wife. You're waiting for me to say that.
Yeah,
weren't you?
yeah, I was. Really was.
Who would you choose, man?
Oh, Finn Balor, man.
Finn Balor?
I'm never going to have that. I'm never going to have Finn bod. I just want to know what it's like to have Finn bod.
Yeah.
Yeah, Finn
and
Balor.
then he would be with your wife.
Uh-huh.
He'd raise your kids. He'd make them real.
Yeah, he would make them real.
You come back, your kid's like, I'm fucking New Japan. I just found an article here. 16 most bizarre moments in the UFC history. Is that where the dude's face?
I would think someone getting their face ripped off would be on there if it actually happened.
Let's see here. Oh, man.
Anthony Frazier's Wrestling Titantrons. I made a custom entrance for us. Should I upload it? Yes, please. That'd be great.
What's that?
Custom entrance.
For who?
For us.
What? When will we? Yes, I would definitely like to hear it, but like if we accompany Adam Mayhem to the ring or something?
I think he means in WWE 2K18.
I don't see anybody's face.
I don't think it happened.
Ripped off.
All right, that's a good show.
Okay, hold on a second.
Oh my goodness.
Just want to see if somebody's face.
I don't think it happened, man.
Okay. Oh man, look, tell me that's not a face about to be ripped off.
Well, read the copy and see if that's what it
In
says.
1996, Gary Goodridge made one of the most memorable debuts in UFC history against Paul Herrera at UFC 8. And what made it crazy was the finish of the bout, where Goodrich locked Herrera in the crucifix position and proceeded to knock him out with a series of elbows to the head.
Wow.
And it took his face off. Anyways,
I don't think
that's
that
it for
happened.
the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hilton, can we please get some music? Hilton, what do you got, Bill? Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Hilton.
Anyway, so you guys have a good weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got maybe something new coming up tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, kind of replace.
Oh, we have a
Count Out.
post show we got to do too.
Oh, we got post show. Patrons, stay tuned for post show. Yeah, or nay, it's coming up. We got some fun stuff. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.